What's going on, everyone? Costi, Eric, and Dave. David Miller here for a guest for episode number 37, Tales from the Ticket. As always, we try to give you guys strategies. We try to give you guys some education. And today we have known this gentleman for quite some time. And Eric, I know you have some questions for him. But before we get into it, how you doing? I know it's negative. It was -8 this morning, Dave, when I woke up. -8 was the
Gosh,
temperature
man,
outside.
I can't. I know I went to Denver last weekend. That was painful. It's really cold. Yeah. I
Well,
don't know how you guys do it.
before we interview you, I saw the jacket that you bought to take to the game, and the video that I saw of you, you were in the first half, and it wasn't snowing yet, and then the second half. Did you stay out there
Jeez.
for the whole second half in that jacket?
Yeah, it's just yeah, it was painful. Yeah, it was tough, man. I don't know. Don't see myself doing that anytime soon. But yeah, I had a good time. I mean, it was worth it. We had a good time. You guys know how it is. The game keeps you warm, your adrenaline and stuff.
You were wearing
But
literally a spring jacket. There was no
well, I
fluff.
just went to Ross and just got whatever was there, right? So
No hat, no
yeah, that's
gloves. There's a blizzard going
no,
on in the
yeah,
second half.
no. It was painful, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we did it though. My friends were a little bit warmer, but yeah, we did it.
Most people have no clue that going in.
Eric, was that you?
Yeah, I'm bringing something up here while you guys are talking.
But no, so you've been with us before on this show. You've been with us a lot when we used to do this specific show on the radio in the past. And a lot of the PickDawgz community doesn't know exactly your expertise because it's quite different than most of the handicappers that are more spots and situational bettors based on data and analytics, while you're more of an EV better or mostly EV better. So how did you, and I know this, but and I know you've repeated this before, but how did you actually get into the industry to begin with?
Well, I was doing a lot of other advantage play stuff, and somebody just kind of walked me through it. Yeah, just held my hand and was like, "Yo, you can do arbitrage, and it's easy, and it's free money." I was like, "All right, cool." So I did it. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but that's kind of how I had no intention of sports betting, and it just kind of happened.
What did you do
You
prior?
could still do a lot of arbitrage too on the apps and stuff, but kind of got away from that.
What
Yeah,
did
but
you do
yeah, it's tough.
prior, like before you actually did arbitrage? What
Video
business?
poker, and poker and slot machines. Yeah, just advantage play stuff. Mostly video poker, I would say. But yeah, and I play video poker sometimes, but there's not many opportunities, and I kind of just don't want to play it anymore. Yeah,
Well,
so that's it. That's
specifically,
the
like
story.
like I notice a lot of the new generation now is coming in with they could set an account up with $100 and they're betting parlays and they're looking for lottery ticket bets. And what can you
Yeah.
tell the new generation if they are don't subscribe to any of our products and you're just giving them free info? What is the best advice you can give to somebody that's starting out that is that type of player that is just going to put $100 in at a time and try to run it up?
It's just like a dream or something. It's a dream. I would say that if you're brand new to it, just do arbitrage. So one team even money, the team they're playing, take plus 110. You make money no matter what happens in the game. Because there's no better way to learn. Then you learn. Because if you don't ever do this and you just try to pick winners, you need to see prices and start get tens of thousands of games. How you see how they move. You see where the real edge is out of the two numbers, things like that. And yeah, I would say do arbitrage. Yeah, because you get such a big sample size of watching how games move, and you get what's going on, and then that helps you to pick winners. You just get a feel. Yeah, that's my number one tip. Because someone coming into it, here's usually the way it works. Someone comes into it, puts X amount of money in their account, and they just lose long term. This is 99.9% of people. So, but if you just get if you don't even know what's going on with prices, you're not going to win. So, yeah, arbitrage is the way to do it for sure. And that's how a lot of people have gotten into it in the last few years with the legalization.
Now, obviously, I mean, that's a deeper dive to understand how to actually navigate the arbitrage markets. You can't just obviously have one single account. You have to have multiple accounts.
Yeah.
You have to have the ability to keep getting new accounts.
Yeah.
Can you explain exactly what arbitrage is? The simple version, like the Cliff Notes.
Well, yeah, the example I just gave, you bet one team even money, and then whoever they're playing at a different place, take plus 110. You just have to get good at the timing. They're sitting there all day, every day across all the apps. There's programs that will help you. There's one that will even tell you have to pay a lot, but it'll tell you when the opportunities pop up. Yeah, there's no better way. Yeah. If somebody never got involved in arbitrage or playing the market, I just don't trust their bets or anything they say or do. But the people that did that first, I'm like, okay, they understand the prices. They get this business. Let me listen to them. Like they understand where a true edge is, etc. Yeah.
But isn't that so? Everybody, just like yourself, because I've talked to Micah about this, where everybody started out with the arbitrage game, and then they realized, well, if we're getting such good value in this place, why aren't we just loading up in this place altogether?
On these sides, in this situation, when the market says this is the one play you should just leave this one open. Yeah, this is. And then now you're just firing straight bets. Like for us, we fire a straight bet probably every like minute and a half all day Saturday. We have like hundreds every Saturday. And we're doing good. We're up millions of dollars for the season. We had like one bad run over a weekend, but the other bad runs we've probably broken even. And we've got like 14 members now in our group, and we're really rolling. But everyone understand. No, most of the people in it understand what's going on and why we're betting what we're betting, etc. But yeah, you have to learn the prices. So if someone just goes into it straight with the teams, you're just not going to win. And everyone this deep down, everybody watching this, you're not winning with your opinions. I'm sorry.
I get a lot of hate. Dave.
Say whatever, but you're not winning.
Dave, I get a lot of hate when I put that out there. I just got to interrupt because this is the quietest I've ever been. I had to find this while you guys were talking, just to show you how far we go back. Dave, look at this. Can you see this? I'm gonna widen this up.
I can see it, but it's blurry.
Hold on.
What does my shirt say?
Hold on.
You were maybe
usually you remember all your shirts.
Maybe 180 in that video.
Listen, look how skinny he is. Look how black my beard is.
Remember that shirt?
And what is the shirt? California. The shirt says California on it.
Man, you haven't aged. You haven't aged very much.
Yeah, right. Look at that beard now. I'll be 53.
I know. I got a couple of gray hairs coming in.
This video was on Costy's birthday, January 14th, 2018, in Las Vegas. The gray was starting to come in the beginning, and I'm really depressed.
7 years
now. That's ridiculous.
And it started before that video too, right?
Exactly.
So it's actually longer.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's like 12 years. But that's like one of the older YouTube videos, and it's funny because when I go back and I watch these old YouTube videos, it's the same. We repeat the same thing, because we are educators. You're educating people over and over with the same thing. But yeah. You laugh because when I go back and look, I go, there's no new material. It's like 2 + 2 = 4, and it doesn't change. But I was talking to Costi. I do a daily video series on PickDawgz, and the amount of hate I get when I say like none of you win long term. They blow me up.
It's just hard to win with your opinion. I mean, it's just really hard. This is a fact.
And they all want to
Especially in like pro
and
sports.
rationalize it, and it's what I think is
No.
like they're drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, yeah. When somebody goes, I just bet, and what? Oh, how do you bet? You can kind of size somebody up quick. How do you bet? Well, when a team it does this, okay, in one ear out the other. Try to leave and get away from the conversation. But if they say, oh yeah, I got really good accounts and blah, okay, let me hear this guy out.
Well, so it's funny. It's funny, just from a square perspective for you to understand this. So part of my contract with PickDawgz, I do a video 365 days a year. And in part of giving back to the community, I give out one free complimentary selection based on a system that I have in my toolbox. It has nothing to do with syndicate betting, nothing to do with volume. We realize betting one game a day, you can't make long-term money. So it just so happens.
I mean, you can.
Well,
you
okay.
can,
But hear me out here. So it just so happens since December 1st, I'm 38, 18, and 2 for free. And on the 18 losers, the amount of hate that I get in the comments, and I hear nothing on the 38 wins. I was 19, 10, and 1 in December. I'm 19, 8, and 1. I had the Lakers yesterday as a complimentary selection. And this is something I always talk about. Brian Blessing, may his memory be a blessing. We used to talk about the final score doesn't matter. You either win or you lose. So if you look at it from a square perspective, I give out the Lakers +3. They lose by 30, I think. 120.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough game for us.
The amount of hate I'm getting destroyed and I'm thinking, what would be the difference if they lost by half a point? No difference. It doesn't matter. But it's kind of funny. It just shows that it's like with the legalism. So one thing about this video that I just posted, guys that are watching this was pre-legalized sports wagering. This was pre-Dave going to Colorado. This was pre-apps. I mean, we forget, Dave, when we started. I mean, it's hard to believe when you and I and Micah hooked up, there was no legalized sports apps. There was no.
I know, yeah.
I mean,
you needed to bet here or good PPHs, which they still had them, but now it's just a free for all.
Now it's a free for all.
I mean, I think we're down to just like friends of friends of friends names that we're using. I don't know. We're down. We're. I think we know some of these people.
I wanted to ask you a question, and I'm not active on Twitter. I'm just more of a reader. I'm getting geo-targeted with a lot of these polymarket Kalshi ads. Become a pro sports trader. Copy trade this guy. Copy trade that guy. This guy, he bet that we're going to get 9 inches of snow, and we only got 7 inches of snow, and he made 30,000. How do you think this whole predictive market thing is changing the landscape?
Yeah, I think people are making money. I think people are doing well. I think people are beating it. I know they are. The takeout's fair. It's like you can do a lot of arbitrage off that too. You can chase steam off of it if you're really quick. If -1 goes to 2, you can quickly get in that -1. If you just happen to have it like almost keyed up and you're staring at the moves in real time, people are doing that, chasing steam. But it's interesting for sure.
The whole limiting and what you do with legal accounts now, that's not a thing yet at Kalshi and Polymarket. The whole limiting your action.
What? Yeah, they're not going to limit your action. Doesn't make sense on their end.
So does it basically hurt fundamentally the FanDuels and the DraftKings and the Fanatics of the worlds?
I don't know what percentage of the people, what percentage of money is lost to these places. I'm not sure. It's a good question. What do you guys think?
Take a guy like me, thanks to you, I can't bet $20 on any app in the state of Maryland. So obviously I can only go to a PPH, an offshore, or so I'm wondering if these sports books are going to ever get the message wait a minute, we're limiting these guys and now they can just go over here.
I don't think the sports books care about winners, but the losers is where they want the losers. I don't know what percentage go to those prediction markets. I don't know. I mean, they've got to be losing some volume, you would think.
Do you have syndicates that are branching out into dumb stuff? No, I don't want to say dumb stuff. Stuff like politics. Like there was a guy that made, he put bet 7,000.
You can arbitrage the politics. That's what everybody should be doing. Just if you've got 10,000, just because you could tie up your whole 10,000 every day on free money pulls, like this side minus 180, play the other side back plus 200. You could just, and then you just roll it over. Okay, next day you've got 10,500 or 11,000. Tie it all up again and just grow it like that and get good at the prices.
You're saying
I'm focused on the playing the market and betting the inefficiencies, but I'm pretty into the college basketball, and I'm doing well too. But this is like 2 or 3% of my volume. It's really not. It doesn't even matter how the plays do. It's just how our bets in the group call do.
So Dave, I think this one's for you. Somebody asked, are you getting down more on live or pregame?
No, obviously live.
Probably both. Probably 50-50, yeah. Yeah, we're all over the place. We're not betting the weather and all that though. I kind of want to make a weather bet. Oh man.
How much snow do you think they'll get in North Vegas versus South Vegas? No, I'm just joking.
Do they break it down like that?
I know. I wish they would. How much snow you're going to get in North Las Vegas versus Henderson?
Shoot, man. No, and you've got to figure that stuff has edges if you can get. But I mean, I don't know what type of money you can bet on it, but yeah, no.
Well, it's the amount of money that somebody will take your action.
Yeah, I don't know what the handle is on any of it. I think I looked at it once, and then I can't do much here with it all.
Right.
And then when I leave, I want to do our group call bets. I'm hyper focused on that. Plus, the odds are different. You know how it's like the buy and sell with the cents. I got to get a trained eye for that.
So like right now, I'm just looking at the site. I don't even know if I can use it in the state of Maryland. And I'm going to bring it up here. $4.47 million in play on the Super Bowl thus far at Poly Market. 69% of the tickets are on Seattle. 31% of the tickets are on the Patriots. You can buy. So this is what to your point. By the way, I got to say this to you personally, even though we're live here. Your brother's very happy that Seattle. The first thing I thought about. The first thing I thought about was your brother when Seattle won the game.
The funny thing is, not everybody. One person was like,
I was going to text you, and I don't want to get you in a bad mood and be disrespectful. So I was just like, I thought of him, and I was like, man, he's down up there watching this, going, woo.
Yeah, somebody in July was like, "You're betting Seattle, right?" And I'm like, "No, I don't really get involved in." Well, they're going to win it all now that this, and I'm like, in one ear out the other. But yeah, good call, right?
Your brother nailed it, man.
Well, there was a similar situation with Mitch, the founder, the creator of PickDawgz, where Miami made it all the way to the final, and he was a Miami Hurricanes nut. So somebody, again, similar to your situation, this past summer said, you're going to bet Miami to win it all. And I'm like, yeah. And I didn't. And of course they make it to the final, and then it came up. They didn't win, but it was a very similar situation to what you just said, where I was like, it's like I thought about it, but there was no value for me. So I wasn't just like doing it as an emotional bet.
So
yeah, it's hard on those.
Yeah, totally. And again, I'm saying it nothing with love in a positive matter, but it's just, I'm sure I'm not the only one that said something to you.
No, everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
Makes me feel a little better, but you back to your sense.
And then we got our heads kicked in on that game on the group call, all over the place, totals and all kinds of stuff. And everybody's like, you must be pumped right now. And literally we took a massive loss, and I'm like just ignoring everybody on the phone. And then later I said, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Well, to your point, so this is where, and I was trying to have Al McMorty explain this to me. So maybe you can explain it to me. You're a math guy. So right now it's Seattle minus 4.5. You can buy that position for 52 cents. And you can buy.
I think that means
New England plus 4.5 for 49 cents.
Yeah, I think that when it goes under 50 cents, that's plus money. And I think when it goes over 50 cents, that's the minus, the chalk.
Right.
But I don't have a trained eye for those odds yet. I just, like I said, I have no time for the learning curve. I'm just, we do this group call every day, and we just keep the bets coming, and I just don't have any time.
So explain to
So
people out there. Explain to people out there, and obviously this is not for everybody, and it costs a lot of money. So don't, if you're not a 6-figure, 7-figure guy, there's no point even reaching out to Costier or myself.
Well, it's not even that. You have to have a specific amount of accounts, and you have to be able to get new accounts, because eventually you're going to get limited quite easily 2 to 6 weeks.
But let's just act like we're on the group call. Like, what's it? So what am I experiencing as a player in your,
me and my people are just calling out all the bets, like what company, what the play is in real time.
And what is the method you use to distribute that? Is it like a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group?
Yeah, WhatsApp phone call, just a group call.
So literally somebody's actually on a phone call, like they have a cell phone dedicated for that. And
yeah, like this is, no, I mean, yeah. Well, everybody's got like 10 phones. Everybody has like 5 phones. Right. But yeah, like it'll be, so that we're just in the group call, and it'll be like 771 Colorado plus 17.5.
Got it.
And some of them, like we're pretty good. Most of them won't move right when we bet it, so we don't have heat.
So if I'm staring at the best screen like I am right now, I'll just hit that. I'll see that game, and it's not like I've seen with Micah where he'll hit a game and the thing just
yeah, that means he's hot.
No, we try to stay away from that. Like if you're in a tough spot, if a main place moves the line and then you chase in real time, you're going to get your accounts cut unless you do it the correct way, like throw in a parlay or something. So like if Colorado, like I have Colorado plus 18. If I was going to bet that, I don't even know what the line is. I didn't have it.
It's 17 and a half, 17 now. I'm looking at my DB screen as we speak.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you could just parlay. Yeah, you just parlay it real quick or do something.
And actually, if you look right now on the DB screen, it's
parlay it to something break even.
So let me ask you,
when you're betting a parlay, they don't even care.
Of all the games you're talking about, that one just lit up red next to Colorado. So does that mean it's getting? So if you look at the DB screen, there's a little red only on Colorado. The whole board, it's only Colorado.
I didn't even know. Let me see. I just looked at my paper for today's plays, and okay, it's 17, 16 and a half.
Yeah, exactly. You see the little red, or you don't have that? I got the little red next.
I have it. Yeah.
I don't know what the red is. I don't know.
Eric, you have a little bit of feedback going on. I'm not sure.
I'm sitting good today, except no. I mean, yeah, that's -2. That's -2. Memphis got worse. -2. It's -1.5 now and 2. It's fine. But the other 5 are sitting good. Memphis is a good spot today. But yeah, even if it doesn't matter. Our group call is like all my volume.
So let me get a couple questions in here. Positive Convo asked, how do you feel about live betting in general? I know it's a pretty general question.
It's good. Everything moves quick. If you can think quick, there's a lot of opportunities. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, you just. I mean, the good thing is you can probably find stronger opportunities, but the negative is everything moves so quick. But yeah, it's good. I like all betting opportunities. You guys know me. I mean, I used to even bet just halftime, second halves. Remember that? So long ago. That was like 80% of my bets. Now we're just kind of all over the place. We do a lot of parlays too. We have a nice little parlay angle that. So yeah, we're everywhere. But yeah, I love it. I like it.
All right, next one up from Michael. Yo, Dave, have you ever bet an MLB season, or is baseball too volatile?
Yeah, I do, but I haven't for a few years.
Do you remember the year you got trained? You literally went and got trained by somebody.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do the
somebody
parlays.
mentored you before the baseball
season.
Season.
Well, the parlay. Yeah, the parlays is what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I do parlay. I do baseball parlay. That's where I parlay a lot. There's good parlay angles, and yeah. Somebody showed me some. Yeah, exactly. And then so yeah, it is pretty volatile because you're getting pennies on the dollar, which you are for everything else, but literally you're getting 1 or 2 cents on anything. The parlays I got a lot more, but yeah, it's just a lot tougher. Like in order, it goes football, basketball for the three major sports, and then baseball's last. Plus, the weather's nice. You gotta at some point take a break, right? But yeah, it's volatile is the correct word there.
So I remember when you were doing the parlays, you were doing the correlated parlays where it was
And the variance is through the roof, man, on those things. Like
what was it,
the variance is
the dog and the over or the dog and the under?
it just depended if the dog was at home or on the road. There was a whole formula, but it was so you're betting like 3 or 4 to 1 shots, and as you know, you can brick off like 20 in a row at something plus 400. You can brick 20 in a row, hit 3 in a row. So there was a lot of variance there. And then when you play the market on anything pregame and straight bets, your edge is so little. My last year, I got killed on playing the market. And I just said, why put myself through this every summer? But I did okay. But nothing's like football. It's just like every week you win. It feels like.
Listen, Costi, he has to keep something for me, man.
I know. Well, we already know
Go ahead, yeah.
the EV game for baseball is the least profitable sport out of all of them. And like Dave has a very successful basketball channel. It's a live feed Telegram that if you became a VIP client of Dave's, we put you in the channel. You ran the numbers for me, and I actually have them for you over the last couple of years. Let me pull them up real quick. So you had in 2023, you had 237 wins, 201 losses. 2024, 288 wins, 237 losses. And so far in 2025, and this is January 20th when you sent me the report, you got 101 wins and 83 losses. This is all
120. It's 126 and 103 now.
Right. So all 3 years, and we didn't track it prior to that. But man, I mean,
It's 54. It's 54.5. I probably ran good in there. And if you hear and people hearing that are like, wow, 1,200 games, you went 54. Why are you not more into it? Our group call, we're like parlays at 3 to 1. That should be like 2.2 to 1, 59%. And I can get a lot down. It's just like I have to put all my focus there for now. So I can keep giving them out overnight for now. But when all that stuff dries up, I'll probably be more closed mouth with my overnight. I'll just give them out the day of the game or something so I can bet more. But yeah, it's gone well. I'm way up with my guy and all the accounts doing the overnights. And he goes, yeah, man, you close amazing. You close so good. How do you do it? Like today, I have four sitting good, one the same, and then Memphis a half point worse. I'll just add to it. It was 1.5, I think, because I woke up. That was the first text I saw. Memphis got better. Someone put that. That's the only reason I know that.
And
so yeah,
most people don't know what that means. Closing good means most of the bets that Dave releases on his Telegram channel are the night before. So if you're on the East Coast, I'm getting text around midnight my time, 9 p.m. his time. So he's releasing these games at a specific price that are available at that time. By the time the game goes to tip off the following day, basically almost 24 hours later, the price and the line on the game is worse than the price that Dave released the night before. So you're constantly having an advantage versus the closing rate, the closing price.
Yeah, so, I gave Chattanooga pick 'em. It's -2. I'm looking. NC Greensboro 12.5. It's 11. We covered Memphis, Arkansas, Little Rock, same 5.5, 6. Northridge Pick'em, it's 2, -2, and then Colorado is I got 18. And I played a little bit of 17.5, and it's 17, 16.5. So with work like that, you just can't lose. But if you're looking at, if you're always going, everything got better on me, you're in trouble. That's a tip I'll give. If you're betting the day before, you want to see the market agree with you after you've already got your money in. And the only benefit to it not is you get to add more to it when the limits go up, but you'd rather in the long run be closing good. When the game starts, you have a good price that's not available anymore. So,
well, I want to say one thing. Mr. Weskers just joined us. I had a nice monologue for Mr. Weskers on yesterday's video. Glad to see you've joined us. I understand you like to comment a lot. We appreciate the feedback about pros. Now you're actually watching a real pro, not a high roller. One of the comments Mr. Weskers made in my videos was he said he shadows high rollers. And what I said, Dave, was just because you're rich doesn't make you a pro. I know a lot of rich, dumb bettors that lose a lot of money, that are very successful, have their own Lear jets, flying to Las Vegas, get comped the biggest suites. They're high rollers. High roller is not a synonym for being a pro. And I'm sure you agree with me. Just because you have a lot of money in your day job doesn't mean you get on a plane and go to Vegas and you're a pro. And I'm sure you've seen
but one of the tips is too with betting the apps. If you can trick these companies into thinking you're a high roller whale, sky's the limit. I'll give that tip out right now. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do it, but figure it out, guys. If you can do that.
Well, yeah, but I was fundamentally saying just because somebody pulls up in a Rolls Royce, like Costi was picked up by Phantom at the airport because he's a degenerate slot bettor. Listen, Costi, we love you, but they didn't pick you up.
What do you play?
He was playing. He was shaking his head at the Aria.
I play the worst odds super bonus slot out there. It's Huff and Puff. There's no edge whatsoever. It's a random number generator. It's fun, but I go into it not expecting to have an edge. I'm going into it for entertainment.
My only point is if he gets picked up by a Phantom at the airport, Mr. Saphir, your car is waiting, and then they take you to the suite. He's a high roller technically. It doesn't mean that he's positive in his slot play. So the definition of a high roller is somewhat, you can obfuscate that definition because you get razzled and dazzled by the fact that a guy's getting flown in and the Rolls Royce is picking him up, and that in your mind you think that's a winner. No, he's actually getting all that because he's a loser.
In slot machines, it's easier to fake the casinos into believing you're a loser. Even if you do advantage play slots and they think that you're a loser, it's easier to do it there than anything. Because sports betting, it's hard to phony up your image. Just anything else I can think of. Blackjack, it's hard.
I didn't think it was all that. And all of a sudden they're rolling out the red fucking carpet for the guy on his slot play. I'm like, what the hell, man?
But even if he was up and he had the edge, it's possible they still pick him up in it, just not realizing he had the edge. That's another tip. So slots is the easiest way to phony up your image. Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
Solid tip there too, guys.
I've done my calculation.
So now if you can combine slots with the sports betting, fool them in the slots, they'll unlock the sports betting for you. That's another angle too. You can look. Everyone's got to be creative to try to get the money down and fool the casinos. If it's in your best interest, you got to have a phonier image up, or whoever's name you're using.
Costi, any slot tips?
No, I mean, like I said, it's for me. What I realized is my spin is high. The loss wasn't nearly that big, but it basically pays for my stay, my food, my entertainment when I go to Vegas once or twice a year.
Let me ask you this. Do you think you lose? Okay, so it comes down to this. Do you lose? Is your expected loss less than what you would pay for all of that stuff, in your opinion?
No, I don't think there's an exact science to it, but for me specifically, it's been about a break even or maybe a 2% difference either way. And I've only been
Okay,
doing
so then it's not a big deal. And then you had fun and you
Right.
could probably milk a couple of trips if
that's
you
what
ever
I've
said,
done.
I don't
Right.
want.
It's the future trip that I've milked where
Yeah, you can pretty much milk every other trip kind of if you like you could go next time. This is another tip. You could go next time, barely play, you get it again, barely play. Now do another big set because each time they're doing that, they're just gambling that you play.
right.
Except the Atlantis trip that Caesars gives you, they put a like
You have to bet $5,000, right?
yeah, you have
No,
well
four
it's
hours.
not
4
even
hours.
that. You have yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, how'd you know that?
So it's funny. So my business partner just told us the other day, and he's like, "I'm going to Atlantis, but they're making me play for 4 hours." He literally just told me.
Yeah.
This yesterday.
Barry's going. He's doing that.
That's what he was telling us. Where he has to play
Oh,
for 4
that's
hours.
what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't care.
Did he go with the 7 stars?
Yeah.
Did he go with the 7 stars thing or just an offer?
No, 7 stars.
Yeah, yeah. And then they just won't invite you back if you don't do it. But yeah, that's the only time I've heard of them like putting a certain amount you have to play.
So what do they got? A guy behind the thing clicking how long this guy's sitting there? Like legit?
No, I think it's just your card in and is it in motion? Is the like I don't know, maybe it's like if you don't play a hand every minute it times out. I don't know. They've got a way. They're not going to tell you how they do it. Because then you can literally, it's been 50 seconds, play a hand.
And you can play like if
But-
you really don't care because you don't believe you have an edge in the game, just play minimal min bet.
Yeah, that's what you can do. You can just play quarter machines and sit there and drink, I guess. I mean, I think that's what people do. Or they'll just play something that's a small loser, or in some cases, something where they have the edge. There's stuff in there. I know there's stuff in there for sure where you can slot machines and you can just, I don't know if you'll be in motion the whole time, but you could do part of your play on that. There's got to be some 98% video poker in there, stuff like that. But yeah, if you're playing high limit slots for the 4 hours, though, this is what they want you to do. You're probably going to lose, and you might as well have just paid for the room if you're really worried about it. But yeah, I won't. This will be like one of the first years I don't have the 7 stars. I just didn't really play at Caesars in my own name. Let
me ask you a question, Dave. As long as we've been doing this, why do you think it's so hard to teach people how to do this, even when they say, teach me, and then you teach them, and then they don't actually do it? Like, I've noticed, I mean, I'm doing this 40 years, basically 30. I'm going on my 40th year. Like, I've known you 20 of the 40. Like, you got a guy will pay you unlimited amount of money. Let me be in your group. We've done all kinds of webinars and videos and tutorial, and then you still find people that at the end is it lack of patience?
It's like the gym. It's like how bad do you really want it and how much do you want to put into it? It's like how many people go to the gym and just stop.
Right.
But for this, I feel it's a higher dropout rate than the gym. It's weird because every single person could just do arbitrage and you could just show examples of it. They're like, I don't care. Like they just don't care and say, you don't want the free money? Like when I first saw it all like 20 years ago, more than 20 years, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, you can make money just literally betting 2 teams playing each other and risk nothing. I just couldn't believe the whole world wasn't doing it. Same with a lot of the advantage play stuff. It's just like, I can't believe other people aren't doing this. And even if they know, they don't care. I don't know. This is something I don't know.
It's all about dopamine and action. It's not exciting. They're not.
Yeah, I think that's a big factor because what else is it? People want the risk
it takes work. It takes time. It is something you have to sit. If you're going to do arbitrage, you're sitting in front of your screens throughout the night. People want it easy. People want to be able to bet it and forget it. And they think they could do it on their own with their own opinion. And this is the fault in the whole ecosystem of these legal apps where everybody with society now, everybody showcases the parlay winners on social media. everywhere, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. All that is when these crazy payouts, it's simply you're playing the Powerball that's entertaining. You're just not watching balls drop. You're rooting in, your receiver to get 10 yards. And because there's so many guys that could literally show these tickets where I put in $20 and somehow I cashed out for 100,000. That person psychologically thinks I could do that tonight. And the reports are in. I mean, you can look at the financials for all these legal books, how much money they make off parlays. It's insane. So people don't want the boring approach to what you do. Like being on your group call, you're firing out hundreds of bets on a Saturday.
I think too, people, I don't want to tell people they can't win, but you got to focus on smaller things. So if you're going to go, I'm going to make a living betting NFL sides, this is hard. Like college basketball, I can't believe I have so much success doing that. And that's the only one I really like crush it in, because that's crushing it. Everything else is hard. But yeah, if you can find a way, do it. Just be disciplined, shop around. It's all the same stuff. Shop around. Try not to get too emotional. But yeah, arbitrage is just, there's just no better way to get into it. I don't know what to say.
Can you just take any game today and give me an example for the viewers of when because you say arbitrage, but it doesn't mean they understand your action. I understand, but is there like a game that you could use as an example? It doesn't even have to be a legit arbitrage, but you
could even do it through the money line or the spreads. So in basketball, you would need a 1.5 on the spreads, but you could do it either way, or the money line. I'll use the Memphis game.
Okay. Let me bring it up. NBA.
I just hate when my prices are well, it's not even that bad. Actually, it is 2 and 2.5 and 1.5. So it's kind of all over the place. So like right now, you could take
what's the game number?
798.
Okay.
The exchanges would really be good for this too, because they lower the takeout. So this is where you would get a lot of them in.
All right,
the exchanges easier than the apps.
So 798. You got Florida. You got Memphis -2.5 or 1.5. I don't know if that's right.
So you could try to do like minus 115 to plus 125. So you would take. Sorry, I'll give an example. Even though it's not sitting there right here at the.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a what if, right? Exactly.
Yeah, you could try to take Memphis. Well, you could. Let's see. How did I just have that bad number? 798. So you could take Memphis minus 115, and then somewhere else take the other side plus 125.
Got it.
Yeah. That's how you would do it. And usually it makes more sense to just, what you should do is leave the number off that's a rogue number to the going rate. So for example, if the going rate was minus 120 after juice and somebody had a plus 125, just leave open the plus 125. You're supposed to do that. That's what we do. But in the group call, that'd be how we would do it. But so stuff like that. You can tie your money up, 2 clicks. And back in the day, I used to get in my car and go do it all like driving when there's no apps.
I remember.
So there's like no excuse now, right?
Right.
But the exchanges really, you can find a lot of these way more in the exchanges, but I'm already committed to the apps. We've kind of got our whole setup, and I'm not gonna change what I'm doing right now. Plus I want to be in Vegas more. So yeah.
You're not missing anything. It's only, I think it's going to be 1 degree here tomorrow. You're not missing anything. You stay in Vegas where it's nice and warmer, even though
I think it's like that on the whole East Coast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
It's supposed to be in the teens in Florida.
So Ted called me. He said it's 34 and he's in Orlando. It woke up, it was 34 this morning. He said people act like they're in a deep freeze. They're not used to this kind of cold weather in Florida. It's funny.
Yeah, we have to turn our heat on here too.
Oh, you never do. Right.
Yeah, we do here now. I mean, you don't have to, but you would be cold a little bit. Not like what you're talking about.
Well, you were used to it in Denver. You know, you're used to the cold.
I don't know if I'm to it, but I don't know if used to it is the right word. No, I'm not. I realized that last weekend.
A client asked me, do you get overly excited about the Super Bowl or it's just another game? I know the answer. I'm just answering. I'm asking.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, it's just another game. Because I don't really get involved in all the props and all that. So for some guys, this is a full week of work, looking through the hundreds of props and trying to get opinionated or scalp a lot of scalps. Guys are scalping props as we speak, doing arbitrage on props. Now this is where you can find a lot of opportunities. Is doing arbitrage on the Super Bowl props. You know, you go over the receiving yards at this place, bet the same player under receiving yards with like an 8-point gap somewhere else. And yeah, this is where you can get a lot of them in. You could do the same thing on props, and I don't get too involved in it, but yeah, it's good. Look for these opportunities.
But again, it's
a lot of betting opportunities.
Everything that you mention requires work. It takes the fun. I say fun out of sports betting because
it becomes a job. So I could see how. But if most people are involved in it for entertainment, I could see how that happens. I mean, I'm just trying to think what the people are thinking. But yeah, it's if you don't want the job, it's like it's like if I have to clean my apartment here, it's a job. I just don't want to do it. I mean, yeah, so I get it. Some things you just don't want to do. Some people don't want to stare at a bunch of numbers, but they could clean their apartment easily. They don't care their house.
But the difference is people say they do this to make money, but they treat it like entertainment. That's the biggest disconnect that I always have is somebody claims they want to do this as a side business or not an entertainment hobby, but they treat it like an entertainment hobby. They're not trading stocks. They're not looking at value at the crypto markets. They're not treating sports like trading. They're simply gambling, but they want to win and they want to make money, but they don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue. And that's why the sports books are essentially never going to go out of business because the majority.
It's a lot of work too. Those Saturdays are so long and grueling, and it's a lot. It's a commitment. Let's put it that way. It's a big commitment. So yeah, it just comes down to do you want to put it or you could always do it part-time. Part-time. But
I always say this to say the good part about what Eric and myself have offered to the ecosystem is guys like you do all the work. All you have to do is be available. And you don't have to do anything on your own. You can be hands off. But our biggest issue to overcome, Dave, is a 3-letter word that me and Eric talk about all the time, which is ego. People want to win. They want to follow you. They want to be successful. But then when you release game, it's too many games.
Listen, I learned a lot doing this.
I don't like this team. This is like this is what we fight all the time.
I'll keep giving the college basketball. I feel like me giving these plays out is crazy because the edge is really good, and I'll keep doing it like for now. But once I take it serious, I wanna like once the apps dry up for me, I want to pound these games for a lot of money. So no guarantee I give them out next year or the year after. I don't know, but for now, yeah, I would play them the rest of the season. Where I think nothing's guaranteed, but I think we'll keep winning. There's value there, obviously, as the people who can see the prices every day move favorably. But yeah, I'll always at least do it the day of the game because that doesn't really hurt me. But yeah, I would bet them the night before.
Let's talk about the again all repetitive over 10 years of the same questions, but it's for the new viewers that probably weren't listening to us over 10 years ago. What's a good, I don't want to talk about dollars because that confuses the question. What's a good return on risk? Like 6%, 5%, 7%, like in the Spencer video you were talking about on an average Saturday, if you risk $1 million and you make 6%, 60,000, it's a good day. Explain that to the people. Let's not talk about money. That really messes people's brains. Like still now, percentages.
For our group call, probably about 8%. But I think anybody that's trying to pick winners, if you could find something that gets you back like 2% or higher, but it's a true 2%, like over an infinite sample size,
I'm laughing.
I think that's good enough.
I'm laughing because it's when you say that, I can imagine these guys want 357% return a day.
A day. Every day.
Oh my God. I love it. Tell it like it is, Dave. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then you're going to have ups and downs. Like I expect one, maybe in the college basketball, maybe it won't come yet, maybe next year, but you're going to have a lot of ups and downs too. So the bigger your expected return is, the less you're going to go down unit wise. Well, in most cases, assuming it's all coin flips, but yeah. So yeah, I would say 2-3% on your own stuff, and you're onto something. But a true 2 or 3%. So not just I have 100 picks and.
Let me translate that into English for all you guys watching. So you have $10,000 at risk, and at the end of the day, if you made $200 to $300, you're kicking ass.
Yeah.
I'll say this because
I'm going to bite my tongue and let you guys
bite your tongue. So I say this to say everybody that we talk to, we have the same exact conversation. Everything we do from the syndicate side is long-term. And for whatever reason, there's always a block between the entertainment bettor going, how could this person like you, Dave, being a syndicate, show me he could win tonight? I said, doesn't matter about tonight. You could find the best guy on the planet at finding value. You're just as good as him one day at a time. But it's over a sample size of a minimum of 1,000 bets. Then you could actually track performance. And because Eric and myself always say the same thing, if you're going to be within our syndicate ecosystem, we have to look at it long term. We try to actually offer these products nothing less than a season. And people psychologically can't get over that because they're so hyper focused on the micro and not the macro. And I'm glad you were able to come on today because people really will understand the difference between situational handicappers and a product like you offer, which is completely different. It's more scaled over a large sample size, and it's really for the non-entertainment bettor. This is for somebody that's looking to not have the excitement of what Eric was saying, that the claim of 300% return per night. It's unrealistic. So it's a good lesson that we could teach people that watch this video for the first time and have never actually spoken or heard from somebody like yourself, because you're so different on this platform. Nobody else on this platform has the vision or the actual approach that you do. It's completely different. Everybody is daily situational capital. It's good to see the different side.
Look, this is what I tell everybody, and this is the truth. And whether Dave wants to accept my statement, this is what I tell people. Books are written about Billy Walters, 60 Minutes interviews about Billy Walters, recent interviews about Billy Walters. The modern day now, today, Billy Walters is David Miller. That's it.
I don't know about no. I don't know about that because he doesn't.
I'm saying it.
He what he does is attacks college sports, mostly college sports, and he he's able to. The skill is obviously picking winners, especially his college football totals. I missed that information. We used to get those totals. But yeah, those totals. I mean, they won at just a. I would say 57, 58, a godly win rate. It was like it was a money printer.
Say that again. What was the godly
It
win
was
rate?
57, 58%. I mean, I've never seen
Guys, are
anything
you
like
hearing
it.
that? A godly win rate is 57 to 58%. So all this crap.
And I don't think anyone else could do this.
So I Googled it.
His
best year was in 1985 when I was 12 years old. He was 60.3% documented. Basically, nobody's ever had a better year than him at 60.3%. And I get guys yelling at me that I'm 38 and 18 for free and I'm not doing a good enough job.
Yeah. If you could keep that up long term, yeah. I mean, obviously.
No, I'm not going to.
And then it comes down to how many games do you need for appropriate sample size? I don't know, maybe like 1,500,
right?
Maybe 2,000. I mean,
Micah would say
I would say probably.
So
I would say 3,000 plays that are non-correlated for the most part would put you within a 2 or 3% of where you 1 or 2% of where you should actually stand. That's what I think. But 1,000 plays still, I don't know. I mean, you could still be way off. I think, not way off, but it starts to form around 1,000, I think. And yeah, so I don't know how many games that was, but that's unreal. Was that just college football totals?
I think it was just the entire football season in 1985.
And then the NFL information wasn't very good, but no, those college football plays were unreal. And then college basketball too. Whenever I had that information, it was. I was like, damn, this is some fire.
What do you think?
It would rarely reverse move when I got that information. Everything would be, not everything, but an 85 to 90% closing good. When if the play was under 50 and it was 50 everywhere, I would just be like, load up. This is closing 46.5 or something. And it would, and it'd be like 41 points scored only. It's just, yeah. I miss it.
What's your forecast for the next 10 years of the sports betting industry?
I thought you meant weather. I was looking down.
No, we're not doing Kalshi weather on this show. We'll do it on the next one.
Guys, we're going to start a Telegram trading service for David Miller's weather alerts. Stand by. Next year, we're going to tell you whether in each state by state, precipitation, snow, wind. No, I'm just talking.
No, Dave,
people probably have a better chance beating that than pro sports. That's I'm not trying to be funny.
Based on the coat that he wear during the blizzard, I don't trust Dave and his weather advice. Miscalculated.
I just quickly ran in and got something and was like, man, hopefully I survive. Because it wasn't, as I was walking to Ross, which was next door to where I realized it's not that cold like it was the night before. And I thought, I don't need anything too big. And then it just took a brutal turn. So, yeah. The forecast is blizzard.
Fourth quarter.
I don't know. I'm always gonna be involved, but I don't know what I'll be focused on even next season. But hopefully I'm still doing well. And then I have to be like a broken record too to everybody. We'll keep the college basketball overnight for now. No guarantees later. But for the rest of the season, yes.
So if you guys,
once I pull the plug and people are like, please don't pull the plug, sorry, or pay a lot.
Exactly.
Or give me some accounts, do something to compensate, because everybody's a lot of the followers are killing the prices, overnight. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't put as much as I used to, because I don't have all the PPHs anymore or the apps here or whatever. And my focus is somewhere else. But once my focus is more on this, I don't know if I'll give them out overnight. We'll see.
You guys can DM Costi at what is it? Costi Saphir.
You don't have to DM me. The number's right in the description of this video.
And you can
text if you want to subscribe to any of the products or learn more about Dave's overnight releases. As some of
it's sunny here. It's kind of sunny.
It's also sunny outside. It's just
here too.
1 degree.
It's just 1 degree, exactly.
Sunny.
It's 38 here.
Tell you what, if you're an enterprising snow plower shoveler, you're making a fortune. They're out in full force, baby. I just drove down the road.
Yeah.
I was like, how much do you want? The guy's like 100. I'm like, here you go, buddy. Like, take care of it.
Yeah, some people want this bad weather.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. It makes absolutely no sense. The snow doesn't go away.
Listen, Kosty's from the Ukraine. You were sending me videos of little babies jumping into ice water when it's minus 50. Is that what you're going to do with your new daughter come on the way?
I don't know. I think living in the U.S. for the last 30 plus years made me a pussy.
Definitely softened you up.
Softened me up. No more jumping in the ice and the snow.
Yeah, it gets cold out there. I know that. I've seen videos.
Oh, it's funny. All right, well, guys, it's hard to believe. I look at these old videos and I can just watch the decades rolling by on our YouTube videos, Dave. It's amazing. Oh my! I'm gonna find the first video we ever did. I think it was like 2012. Oh my God.
Man, I'm feeling old, man. Gray hair. I know you got to get some Botox or something.
You look
Stop
like a baby.
talking about how much time passed.
Oh,
You literally look like a baby, or you were very malnourished. I couldn't.
look,
really
I got a good look. I got a good memory. Today's the 29th. I believe Dave's birthday is in 1 month.
February 20. Yeah, how do you know that?
I
I don't know how people memorize birthdays, man. I don't know how people do it. They're like, happy birthday.
Because we
How do you know?
discussed that you were almost a leap year birthday. That's how we discussed it. We
Eric, how did you know that?
because we discussed it a decade ago. I was like, oh, you could have been born on leap. How do you pick whether it's March 1st or the 29th? We discussed it. Some people take March 1st, some people take the 29th. It depends,
28th. Yeah, I think you literally can just pick one. That's
Exactly.
the way it works on like birth certificates and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
So yeah, we had that conversation a decade ago.
That's funny.
That's how I remembered it.
I met a David Miller one time with my exact birthday, same day, year.
Wow.
That tripped me out. That was
Wait,
like
same
what?
age?
Same age, same day, David Miller one time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my biggest like long shot thing that's
funny.
like that's happened to me with my age or whatever. Yeah.
Do you guys still talk?
No, I just met him randomly at some party. I think we were like David. Then I think I said something like, I got the most basic name in the world, David Miller, and he goes, I'm David Miller, whatever. And then I was like, oh, next you're going to have my same birthday, as a joke. You know how you keep going, the same birthday. And I made him pull his ID out. I was like, I just don't believe it. Same date, same year. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So
that is, I will never.
There's probably David Miller with my exact same birthday. There's probably like, what, 20, 30 of them in the
easily.
world?
I bet you. Nah,
Yeah, probably more.
More.
More?
Listen, I got a guy with the same birthday, but it's not fair. I have a twin, so.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Constantine Safers on 11483 out there, but maybe there is. If there is, and you're watching the show, reach out to me. I would love to know you. Doubtful.
Yeah, that would be a long shot. I mean, I don't know how rare that name is, but
It's
yeah,
not David Miller. I'll give you two. It's not David Miller.
Well, listen.
It's not even close.
No. The key takeaways is 2 to 3%. You're killing it, guys. And there's a lot of good shorts that could be made out of this educational video. If you want to find more about Dave, by all means, reach out to Kosty. He can give you access to all of our old videos. We have a lot of video content predating PickDawgz. We've been doing this forever. And like I said, he may not claim he's the modern day Billy Walters, but he's the closest that you're going to get ever access to, where you're going to have someone that you're going to be able to access their plays on a Telegram channel overnight while he's still allowing you. That's something Billy never had and never would.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I can just finish the season out strong in college basketball. I feel good, but you never know that 20-unit slide it can always come when you just don't, you just don't know.
Right.
Every day you just hope to. Randy calls it, if you pick more winners than losers in a day, Randy calls it you move the chains.
I like
for
that.
the day, first down. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. So we're gonna move the chains, or go 4 and out or turn it over to the, we'll see.
I like that. I'm going to tell Randy, thanks. I'm stealing it in my videos.
Yeah, you just got to move the chains daily.
Listen, we'll end this video with today, since it's a momentous day in the crypto world. The low of the low of the low, 83,000. The chains on crypto, on Bitcoin, went the wrong way today at the time of this, literally right now hitting the low of the day. And we know, it's crazy. I remember it was 126,000 on October 5th. And people talk about variance, and it's now just hit 83,216.21.
Yeah, it's not a traditional investment, so you would think there would be higher variance on something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really follow it as much, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Exactly. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, Dave, and we'll come back any Thursday you'd like.
Yep, we'll be back next week, same time, and we'll have Dave on again. And wish you guys also a happy winning day, and for you too to move the chains.
Let's move the chains, guys.